Tap in, tap in, tap in. What's good? Little quick men's edition. Tap in, tap in, tap in. What's good? All right. Be real quick, man. Got a quick testimonial and some fun facts. I'd like to give a big shout out to Elegant Bayou. That's who makes our shirts. You looking at a shirt? That's who makes our shirts right there. Big shout out to Elegant Bayou. All right, so I'll make this quick. You know me, I got some juice in my hand right now. I'm sipping on some pineapple orange, but that's not what this is about. This is about men's health, right? So you want to know who's it for and what's it for. So this message is about men's health. So recently, I had one of my juice members, reach out to me and had some questions, in reference to the juice and some of the things that they're experiencing, from the juice. And I always like to know, everybody's experience, because everyone's experience with the juice is going to be different because our needs are different. That's why we like to say it's smart adaptive juice, juice that adapts to the body. So every time you drink it, it's different because you're different every day, right? So I'm sitting there, I'm listening to the guy, and the guy's like, yeah, man, I just wanted to just ask you, a question about the juice. I'm like, yes, sir. What do you have? He says, well, has anyone told you or mentioned to you that the juice affects the libido? Now, for my younger audience, right, that's under 40, your libido is your sex drive, right? That's the urge to want to, and the stamina and circulation to do so, right? So I'm listening. I'm saying, yes, sir, I'm aware of that. And he says, you are? I'm like, yes, sir, I am. I said, sir, circulation is circulation. So once you deal with any type of circulation issues, if you're having any issues related to circulation, I'm not gonna say it goes away, but your body will repair itself if you give it the right nutrients, exercise. It'll repair that circulation issue. And a lot of the ingredients that we like to use, also works with circulation. So, and also give you a cheat code. So instead of going to the gas station and risking your life, getting a headache, you got some stuff in your cabinet that you can pull out that will also help increase your circulation and your blood flow. So one of those ingredients is cayenne pepper, right? So take a little cayenne pepper. I like a little cayenne pepper. So it don't take much, just a little bit, right? Take the cayenne pepper in there. And another thing that also helps with blood flow and circulation is nutmeg, right? So you take yourself a little bit of that nutmeg, put in there, all right? Something else that works, oregano, all right? So you take your little oregano, put that in there like so. And there's other stuff you can use, stuff like cinnamon, garlic, and cloves, right? So you take a little bit of cloves, and what the cloves gonna do, that's gonna give you, that's gonna release those endorphins that feel good, that you want. It's also going to increase your circulation. You just shake it up a little bit. Have yourself a nice little sip. Hey, and you're ready. Just like that. Just like that. Just the right nutrients, the right spices, taken at the right time will enhance your libido, increase your sex drive, and definitely will increase your blood flow. And since it's men's health, blood flow is so important. Especially being a man, you want to be able to do the things that you're used to doing the way that you used to do them, right? And the way to get back to that is going to be your circulation. When your circulation is circulating, man, I'm telling you, you don't have to wait to get those Friday plans. You don't have to make her wait till Saturday. You could dare her to talk fly on a Wednesday at 1:30 p.m. if your circulation is right? So if your circulation is right, you're always ready. And you can always grab you some spices, grab you a bottle of that Juice Life, and save yourself the headache, right? Going to the gas station, paying $22 for them damn pills. I mean, come on, man. Excuse my language. But there's a natural way. You can go online. You can just look up what issue, you're dealing with, and you can find it. That's how Juice Life came about. I was trying to fix something. I was drinking 3 Red Bull a day, every day, 2 on Sunday, right? And circulation was okay, but it wasn't circulating. You know what I'm saying? So once you fix that, you can return back to the man you see yourself being, the man that you used to be, or better, right? Dr. Sebi was having kids in his 80s. How was that possible? He had no circulation issues, right? So once you fix that circulation, guys, I'm telling you, you're always ready. You're always ready. And I'm telling you, when you're always ready, she's always happy. So once again, Juice Life, we're doing some things out here that's pretty amazing. I love the testimonials, especially hearing an older man, talk about, getting the fun back and his mate being happy that, the fun has returned. So at any age, man, circulation is important. That's something we're going to need to the end of time. So like for today's message, the WHO, is for anybody dealing with circulation issue, since it's men's health, the WHO would definitely be men that's dealing with circulation issue, especially, if you're sitting on the couch looking at her talking about, girl, you remember when but you can't make her remember today, right? So you want to make her remember today. You want to start addressing, that circulation, because you want to have problems like, talking to your friends or, whatever, and you're telling them that, hey, man, we all good over here, man. Circulation is circulating, so that's the message for today. Take care of yourself, man. Address your circulation issues, and once you do that, man, you can return back to the man that you once was. And with that being said, thanks for tuning in. Let's get juicing. We're just over here transforming lives one sip at a time. Thanks for tuning in.